We're now on to dinner party number 3. I can see that today's dinner party does not look that promising. We have a situation where a lot of these couples have discussed what went on at the boys' days and the girls' days out. And a lot of what happened is going to come to the forefront across the dinner table. Yes, it's all going to come out. Plus, on top of that, the matchmakers have given each couple a task to write a letter to one of the other couples, expressing their views on their relationship. And this will be sent anonymously. Oh God. Oh God, oh God, oh God. This does not look good. Moving on, I'm just going to quickly touch on the couples as they came into the reception for the dinner party. In regards to Matt and Dan, they've both dropped the L word. Yes, they've both told each other that they're in love with each other. That's one good news of the evening. When it came to Megan and Bob, we've established that Bob's still in the friend zone. Yes, Megan and Bob are still just friends. So nothing new to report there. When it came to Frankie and Marilise, it was Josh that opened up the conversation about the L word that Frankie had mentioned at the barbecue the day before with the boys. And Marilise was actually quite shocked, quite surprised. So Mr. Frankie repeated what he had said. Yeah, not too sure that went down well. I think she was a little bit embarrassed. For she's definitely not there yet. When it came to Morag and Luke, the L word wasn't used. They felt a bit awkward in their seats. Morag especially, because she got up and got herself a drink. Yes, we know how Morag behaves. When she's been put in a situation of feeling uncomfortable, she'll grab a drink, which is exactly what she did at that time. So that there tells you a lot. Nothing was said about Taya and Adam, or Josh and Amy, so I can't tell you anything about those two couples. But I will quickly touch on Ant and Alexis. Those two came in holding hands, but by the time they had sat down, they looked very separate. They looked more like friends rather than lovers, let's put it like that. Ant looked a bit antsy. He looked like he wasn't in the mood for tonight. Just the whole vibe of him in that reception with the rest of the couples. Yeah, looked a bit off. And same with Alexis. I think she's ready for whatever's going to be said tonight. She's not in the mood for any games. I believe she's going to get certain things off her chest tonight. So I suggest you buckle up, hold on to your seats and get ready for liftoff. For it's about to go down. It was at this point that dinner was about to be served. Already, we have Ant being antsy. He's talking to the cameras and he's telling them that he's not here to make friends. He's got things to get off his chest tonight. Oh, I think we're here for drama. Drama's coming. And then we had Megan saying that everything looks all right on the surface, but underneath, there's a storm brewing. That's really what she said. Well, that's not exactly what she said, but that's what she meant. Ladies and gentlemen, dinner's about to be served. The night started off with a speech from Luke. Yes, Luke. He was saying how we've all come here for love. Some people have found it, some people are still searching. And then he expressed his feelings towards Morag. Yes, he did. Morag's face was one of, where do I put my face? She didn't look at him, not once. She looked away. She felt embarrassed by what he was about to say. He virtually said that, I know Morag is not in the same place as I am, but I feel I'm falling in love with her. And I know I'm not the guy she wanted, but I'm the guy she deserves. Yes, that's what he said. The girl, if the ground could swallow her up, that's what she looked like. It was quite embarrassing to watch. Please, just do us a favour and put the poor guy out of his misery. She's never going to get there. She's never going to get there. Seeing Luke pour his heart out the way he did got Ant very antsy. He said into the camera, Morag doesn't give a damn. She doesn't give a shit. She's just playing him along. Something along those lines, he said. Oh, Ant is not in a good mood. Oh, here we go. When speaking to the table afterwards, we're talking about Morag here, she was trying to explain herself in regards to that she's not in the same place as Luke at the moment. She's absolutely petrified. And at the same time, she doesn't want to build up hope and have to break his heart. Yeah, that's virtually what she said. Ant, in the meantime, was staring at her. Oh, the looks. Oh, this guy's ready for something. He really is. He is not in a good mood. The next word he whispered were to Alexis, saying that he doesn't believe a word she says. She's not interested. She's taken the piss. She doesn't give an F. And then I saw Alexis's face. I said to myself, hang on a minute. Let me get this straight. You're looking at their relationship. What about yours? Because Alexis is thinking exactly the same thing. You're leading her on. You're taking the piss. Check yourself. And the next question he asked Alexis is, what's the face for? Oh my God. The words that came out of her mouth next. Exactly what I just said. She was talking about the energy that he gives to that relationship. He's not giving to her. He doesn't give her anything to work with. She feels mugged off. She says he's just too cold. So his answer to that was very much, so we're coming to this experiment. It hasn't worked out the way we thought it would. I've been open, but I see us more as friends. Then her answer to him was like, well, if that's the case, let's just leave. And then his answer was, okay, say no more. That was it, you know. So hang on. He's wasted her time. He's wasted her time. She's been asking for that information for the whole week. For him to be open with her and say what's on his mind. But he's just been, Ant, I've got no words. You've upset me now. I had high hopes. I really did. You've just upset me. And then the bloody guy had the audacity to blame it on her. As in to say, what do you want me to do? Walk out right now. What do you want me to do? Walk out right now. What do you want me to do? Walk out right now. I'm thinking, don't you friggin' dare. Don't you friggin' dare. Try and make it her fault. Oh, I have no respect now. I've got no respect for him now. And with him getting more vocal, she was trying to keep her cool. Being respectful, being very respectful. But he was just on another level. No, I am not happy. Not happy at all. Now, my boy was just on one. He was just going off. Poor Alexis, like I said, was trying to keep it cool, trying to be respectful, but he was just on another decibel. Now the whole table was listening to their conversation. Everybody's turning quiet. Everybody's listening. Oh, poor Alexis, man. Twice this has happened to her. Twice. She doesn't deserve this. She doesn't deserve this. Oh, God, help me. Oh, my blood's boiling. My blood is boiling. My blood is boiling. Alexis then proceeds to talk about their private life, let's put it that way. How he doesn't show her any affection. How she's been sleeping on the sofa for the past 2 days because of that reason. Because when she's in bed, he doesn't touch her in any way. He doesn't make her feel wanted in any way, which is her reason for sleeping on the sofa. She then carries on to say that She's been in this experiment twice now, and both times she's been mugged off. She's not here to look for a friend. She's got plenty of those. It's about him putting in the effort for them to work as a team. And yet, I'm at another dinner party, all alone, again. Ugh. This poor girl. She doesn't deserve this. She doesn't. What a waste of frigging time. He then turns around and says that he has been honest with her. How have you been honest with her? You've had a whole week of not talking to her and being truthful. You've been wasting her frigging time. How is that honest? She doesn't want to hear any more from you. She doesn't want to hear any more. Those two have decided they're leaving. Yes, they're leaving. The last thing she said is, if this was on the outside world, you would be blocked and deleted, darling. Yes. And we know that would be the case. Poor girl was consoled by Morag and Amy. She wasn't in tears. She held it. She held it. She eye was red. Yeah, a little bit teary-eyed, but she held it. She's not going to shed a tear for him. Let that one go. He's not worth it. Another one bites the dust. Shortly after, order was now resumed. The next conversation we saw was with Morag, Josh and Amy. Amy brought up the topic from the picnic about how Morag was digging out Josh and how she was trying to tell her that her and Josh's relationship was good. But then Morag was trying to say to Amy that we know what you came here for. You're very independent. You know what you wanted, but would Josh meet you at that level? That's really what the gist of the conversation was. But Amy's very much protecting her man, her husband, to say, me and Josh are good. Okay. We'll wait and see. Then Amy proceeds to back up her statement by saying, you lot only hear what we put out on the sofa, but we're being very honest with what we say. Then she started sort of accusing the others of being very fake, is probably the word I'm going to use. You make it sound like everything's rosy. That's really what she was saying. You're not really showing us the really nitty gritty of your relationship whilst we're being very transparent. That's really what she said. Yeah, I can't say it any clearer. When speaking to the camera afterwards, it was Taya and Adam that took offence to that, because they saw it as her having a dig, but they took it personally. But I'm sure there's a few others on the table were thinking exactly the same thing in regards to their own relationships. She's digging them out. Oh dear me. Like I said, let's wait and see. The next thing we saw were the letters being read. This should be interesting. The first couple to read their letter were Megan and Bob. It was Megan that read the letter, and the gist of the letter was, I remember the first line saying, Megan and Bob, I feel you should lead the experiment. First line. Very blunt, straight to the point. Another paragraph in that letter was about Bob being too forgiving, and he needs to stand up for himself and stop being a doormat. Yes, stop being a doormat. Those were the words. I thought, oh my God, whoever wrote that, oh, they're not mincing their words. They are not mincing their words. Whoever they were also said that he deserves so much better. He does. He's just wasting his time. He's flogging their dead horse. He's going to go down with the ship, like I said. I don't know why he's even trying. Waste of time. After Megan read that letter, Bob ripped it up. Yes, Bob ripped it up. He was still trying to defend her to the rest of the table about how their relationship is good. Bob, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. It was at that point that Adam had to say something. He just couldn't contain himself. He tried his best to spell out the relationship in regards to Bob being a mug, Bob being walked over, Bob being a doormat, the whole 9 yards. He was saying, you don't see the amount of times Bob comes to my door at 9 o'clock in the morning, bawling his eyes out. Yes, bawling his eyes out. That's all we've seen throughout the whole of this experiment. Bob in tears. This guy's had enough. Adam has just had enough. He was actually getting emotional, because I could hear his voice cracking. It was just getting frustrating, having to deal with Bob. Wake up, Bob. Wake up. Wake up. Your friend is trying to knock some sense into you. Please listen to him. We can't keep banging our heads against the wall. We can't keep doing it. Take those frigging glasses off and see clearly. She's mugging you off. But even after all that, he was still trying to defend her. Still trying to defend her. Ugh, this is tiring. As he said in his own words, I just want everybody to leave me and Megan alone. Let us focus on the last bits of our relationship, see what we can get from it, and we'll go from there. Like I said, Mr. Bob is going to go down with the ship. That discussion ended with Amy. Yes, Amy. She lifted up her glass and cheered to Meg and Bob. Yes, she did. Absolutely embarrassing. I think she thought she was being funny, but it didn't go down well. The next letter that was read was for Morag and Luke. Luke actually read the letter, and the gist of the letter was more about his confidence, about Morag saying that he wasn't man enough and he is man enough, and for him to own his shit, and for Morag to stop her nonsense with those quick remarks like that. It's no good for him. They said that these two do care for each other, and they need to not be scared and to go full steam ahead. And yeah, that was really the gist of that letter. So more of a confidence boost for Luke. To be honest, I'm not sure I agree. I'm not too much in agreement with him going full steam ahead with her. No, I'm not confident with that. I feel she's going to break his heart. The next letter was for Dan and Matt. And to be honest, not much was said except for they've got something good going on there. And the only issue is really the distance. And for them to keep pushing. Yeah, so they're going to have to find a medium in where they want to live. And that was really it. Yeah, not much to say there. So moving on. It was Ant and Alexis' turn next. Ant read the letter, and to be honest, the gist of the letter was really aimed before they had their little disagreement, and for them to try and take it out of a friendship into some sort of relationship, but we know that ain't gonna happen now, so we might as well just ignore that letter. It's on that note that I'm going to leave it here and come back with part 2. So if you like what we've heard, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.